What's up, everybody? This is Rich with Lifetime Shred, and recently I got a chance to demo the new Supra SV at the Dare to Compare demo out here at Jordanalle Reservoir in Utah. Shout out to Marine Products for bringing the boats out for us to check them out. Anyway, before I get talking about the wake itself and my feelings about it, here's some clips from some of the riders that were out demoing with us. This boat?
I think it's money. I'd take it. Just a mere 200.
All right, and we're back. So as you can see, we had a good time out on this wake. And you know, for me, prior reference, I've ridden a 2016 Supra SV, fully loaded down, fully dialed, my friend Ryan's boat, many times, and I love that boat. It's probably my favorite pro level wakeboard wake. And I was really interested, you know, the SA is 22.5 feet. The SV is 21.5 feet, so it's a foot smaller, slightly smaller boat. I was like, how's it going to compare to the SA? You know, what's the shape going to be like? How wide is it going to be? How hard is the wake going to be? And all that stuff. So let's get into that. So we got out, we rode, we each took one set. They're probably shorter sets, about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes each, which was awesome. But I got out and we had the boat ballasted down. It's a full stock ballast, but 80% in the rears. Since we did have 6 people in the boat, I figured we should probably drain the rear a little bit. I will say though, this SV did have the 550 in it. Pretty impressive to have a 550 in a 21.5 foot boat. So the wake itself, shape-wise, very similar in shape to the SA. Like that good balance between, you know, lip off the top and then the smoothness of having a ramp. I personally find Nautique very kicky, Mastercraft very rampy, Malibu and Supra somewhere in the middle. And this shape reminded me a lot of the SA, which I like a lot. I did like this wake, and it had a nice hard pop off the top. I could feel the initiation of the edge as I left the water and went into the air. There was a great response there, which sometimes you don't get with a rampier wake, but this definitely had that nice pop, but not to the point where it felt abrupt like maybe some Nautique wakes can feel like. So getting into this versus the SA, I will say that this wake is just a little bit smaller than the SA wake, and it's a little bit more narrower, but it's still really big and juicy. So if I think about wakeboard wakes, where like a 1 would be like basically like a slalom ski wake, like there's nothing there, to a 10, this is like a pro level wake. This is, you know, G23 or SA, totally loaded down territory. I would put this boat at a 9. It's basically a pro level wake, just slightly smaller, slightly more narrow, like, but still all the way there. And just for comparison's sakes, my 2022 A22 that I have dialed, I would probably put as an 8. So like 2 iterations below a G23 from my boat. This boat's like 1 iteration. So a little bigger and juicier, but not quite as wide as my A22 wake. So yeah, the wake was really nice. If you're on a lake with, say, a 22-foot length restriction and you want a pro level wake, I don't know if anything under 22 feet is going to have the pop, smoothness, feel, and a good lander like this wake. So I'm a big fan of it. You know, I think for me, if I was going to buy a new Supra, I still would probably level up to the SA, because out here in Utah, we don't have any restrictions on the boat size, and I probably just want that extra foot. I will say with 6 people in the boat, we didn't have anyone in the bow. It was not cramped at all. Like, it was actually very comfortable with everybody in there. Probably wouldn't want more people in the main cockpit, and then it would start feeling a little bit tight. But really, for a 21.5-foot boat, I was impressed with the roominess of the boat. Getting into a few things where maybe I would be a little concerned about a boat like this. So setting aside the wake, thumbs up. Just these newer boats, everything's so integrated. Like, I just feel like if you like to do your own work, your own oil changes or other fluid changes, you like to do your own winterization, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but the general vibe I got this boat, super high level fit and finish. Everything's really integrated. Speakers are integrated in the tower. But I'm not sure how easy it would be to work on. And I think that's kind of a balance you have to do when you're looking at boats. Something like, I think Axis does a really good job of having boats that have great features, but also the boat could still be worked on. I will say my M6 engine and my A22 is the easiest engine to oil change and winterize that I have ever experienced, and I love that. And I don't know enough about this boat to say whether that's true or not, but just looking at the boat in general, fit and finish was very nice, but it had that feel where it's like, if anything breaks, I'm probably gonna have to take it to a dealer. But anyway, that's just my initial take on the experience of being in the boat itself. But I really just wanted to make this video about the wakeboard wake, just in case you are looking at this boat and interested what it rides like. So thumb up there. Again, very similar to the Supra SA wake, just a little bit more narrow and maybe 95% as tall. If you have any questions about the boat, things that I didn't cover, again, creature comfort stuff, probably better to look somewhere else for that. But if you have questions about anything about the wake shape or how that felt, happy to answer those below. Otherwise, good luck out there getting to the end of the season here in Utah. Probably just a couple weeks left, unfortunately. It's very warm right now, though, so it's hard to believe. I think it's 80, 85 today. But winter will be fun, too. Anyway, I bid you adieu.